We've seen that an effective phonics lesson plan includes a variety of steps. One of these steps addresses word work, and phoneme grapheme mapping is an effective activity to include in the word work portion of a phonics lesson. Specifically, phoneme grapheme mapping helps students solidify the sound-to-symbol relationships between phonemes and graphemes. Phoneme grapheme mapping, a technique further developed by Kathy Grace, is key in support of students' understanding of the alphabetic principle, the idea that sounds are represented by letters on the page. Let's review the general principles of phoneme grapheme mapping. There are several fundamental ideas to keep in mind when doing phoneme grapheme mapping with students. First, one box represents one sound, no exceptions. Second, there is no use of invented spelling. Third, make sure you pose thoughtful questions with your students. Ask them what sounds they hear in a word and what letters represent these sounds. As they name the letters that stand for each sound, have students write them in each box. Additionally, it's important to have students follow the same mapping conventions as they do this activity. Consonant digraphs, such as TH, and trigraphs, such as DGE, all represent one sound, so they are placed in one box. In blends, where each consonant represents its own sound, the consonants are placed in separate boxes. QU is written in adjacent boxes with the letters close together, reinforcing the idea that these two letters are often found together. The letter X, which stands for two phonemes, is written across two boxes. Vowel teams or vowel R combinations go in one box because they represent one phoneme. Finally, for words with the VCE pattern, the silent E is written small in the same box as the final consonant, with an arrow drawn from the silent E back to the sounded long vowel. Now, let's see what phoneme grapheme mapping looks like in the classroom.
Now we're going to talk about some vowel team syllables. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, I know you guys are fabulous at this, so I'll know you're ready when you have a hand in the air. Okay, our first word is main. Everybody say it?
Main.
Main. Let's count the sounds. Main. Okay, remember to say the word again. Main.
Main.
How many sounds did you hear?
Three.
3. So you need to box in how many boxes?
3.
3. Very good. Now, what was that first sound? What type of a sound is that? The sound is, the letter is M. What type of a sound? I heard it. No sound. Okay, so write the letter M. What's the vowel sound? I heard two things. I heard a vowel team. What's the sound? A. What's the vowel team we're going to use? AI. Can someone tell me why we used AI and not AY? Because we know both of those vowel teams make the sound A. Ridge.
Well, it wouldn't make sense if it had a Y because then it would be May.
We wouldn't be able to put anything on the end? Okay. So what I'm hearing you say is that maybe we use AI in the middle and at the beginning of words. And where do we use AY?
Like the end of hay or something.
Yeah, those are at the end of syllables. Very good. Okay, and what was the last sound in main? What type of a sound is that one? No sound. Nasal. Very good. Okay, we had 2 no sounds in this word. Awesome.
The teacher followed best practices for using this technique. She reminded students of the focus, patterns for the A or long A sound, AI, and AY. The teacher also continually engaged in dialogue with the students. For example, the teacher asked the students why they used AI instead of AY in main. In justifying their spelling, they reviewed when each letter pattern is used. Following best practices ensures this technique is not only fun and engaging, but also systematically teaches what we want students to learn. Phoneme grapheme mapping is especially valuable for second and third graders whose phonics and spelling are weak. They are likely to enjoy this fun, novel approach. To do this with students, you'll need a document camera, chips that fit in the boxes, and grid paper and pencils for students. That's all.